everyone, hello, it is time for the Monday live stream. That's an air horn. Hello everyone, you made it, I am so happy to see you. How is everyone doing? Welcome to the live stream. I hope things look pretty familiar. Feels like it's been forever since we've seen each other. It's been like 72 hours. That's insane. Hope everyone had a good weekend. Maybe did some cool productive things. Atario, hello. We got Walter in chat. Hello, Walter. Just Sky, Lantern Valley, hello. Another reason for me to look forward to the end of the weekend, the start of the week. Live streams are back in. Now, Nicoletta, hello. Now, this is the last week of Novella November. Stray Bubble, hello. Boosin, hello. Wow, what a good crew today. Nice. This is the last week, Novella November. We've spent almost a full month hanging out. In fact, if you joined for the planning live streams, which started a week earlier, hello JP, hello Phantom, hello Kira. Wow, hello everyone, hello. If you were here for the planning live streams, then today officially marks 1 month of going live every weekday and making progress on our stories. If this is your first time tuning into a live stream, welcome. It's pretty cool. We have a good time. This month has been all about having a good time, but also being productive and getting some writing done. And we have seen some incredible progress over the whole month. We've had some people churn out 70,000 words. We've seen 10, 20,000 words. We see people sitting down and writing for 20 minutes and getting 150, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600 words. It's insane. And all we're doing is just like chilling. Just chilling. Now, if you're in the US, this week is a holiday week. We got Thanksgiving coming up. Which means tomorrow, if you were planning on making it to the Tuesday live stream, you probably saw my post in the Discord. We are not doing the early time slot. We are doing this exact same time slot. So 24 hours from right now, 24 hours and 1 minute. Wait, 23 hours and 59 minutes. We will be back here on Tuesday instead of doing the early morning time slot. Which means I only have Thursday to hang out with all of our fun early time slot friends. JP says, I finished my last story, so I'm letting it sit and starting a new one today. Back to the planning stage. The planning stage is a lot of fun. I don't know how many people that we have who are getting close to the end of their story, but we talked about this in one of our live streams. If you are getting to the end of your story, if you're about to wrap up your proto draft, your first attempt at getting that story down, the important thing to remember, hello Dana from Monroe, Louisiana, switching it up today, I see. If this is your first time getting to the end of the proto draft, you have to remember the next biggest thing for you to do is just chill out for a little bit. Take a step away from that story you just spent hours writing. Maybe focus on something else you want to write. Maybe read a book. Just take some time away from your proto draft and then come back and start reading it. This is going to be your first round of editing. And after you finish your proto draft and you come back to your story, what should your focus be on editing your proto draft? What do you think? What do you think? Never learned the chill out part. You should learn it now. What do you think, everyone in chat, that you should focus on in your first round of edits coming out of that proto draft? Is it grammar? Is it spelling? What's the focus of that first edit? Please don't say grammar and spelling. Because you shouldn't come back to that draft and think like, yes, it's time to tinker and make teeny tiny little twists. I'm gonna change some of these details. I'm gonna word this a little bit better. JP says big picture stuff. That is right. When you finish your proto draft, you're gonna take a step back, take a break, and you're gonna come back to it, and here's what you're looking for. Watcher says only coherent sass and flow. I do like the idea of editing for sass, a quick sass edit. This is where you're gonna come back, you're gonna read through your story, okay? And you're gonna say what makes sense, what doesn't, and what am I missing? In future edits, you're gonna trim a lot of things back, but I find you're either an overwriter or an underwriter, right? You either write too much or you just write the bare minimum to get that story down. When you come back for that first edit, you just wanna make sure you have all of the information that you need to tell that full story. You know, maybe you need to expand a little bit earlier on that temporary beginning and tweak it and make it a little bit nicer. Nicolette says, give the reader what they want. Honestly, Nicoletta, Stephen King says, love him or hate him. He says that he writes with the mind of like, there's someone out here who is the ideal reader. The person who will read this book that I'm writing, and they're gonna think this is the best book I've ever read. This is like my dream book. And whenever Stephen King's doing editing or he hits a roadblock, he doesn't really know where to go next, he says, man, for that kind of person out there who's reading this book, who's thinking this is the greatest book that's ever been written, what would they want to happen next? And sometimes that can kind of lead you to, you know, a good path forward. When you're editing, same kind of thing. I'll tell you right now, with the story I'm working on, there's a couple things that I'm already kind of thinking about in regards to how I want to do this future edit. And if you're writing with Scrivener, this is where you have this little notes section on the right side of your screen for every chapter. And so in this case, like I'm going through here and I'm saying like, I just had this really big conversation in my story that's giving us our first details for who this, you know, victim of this crime might be. And I'm saying like, you know what? In my first attempt for this, I didn't feel like it was that impactful, or it should be more tense, or put more emphasis on this one thing, or, I'm making these little notes of things like right away that I know that maybe I'm not nailing in that first draft, in that proto draft. But I'm also not gonna just sit here and rewrite this scene 4 or 5 times until it feels right, because I know I'm gonna edit it anyways. JP says, I have a literal ideal reader simulated profile in my Scrivener files. That's really cool. That's a cool idea. So JP, you should talk more on that. What kind of information do you put in that Scrivener ideal reader profile? I think a lot of people could like that. Just guy says you chase the readers or build a community. I like Stephen King's ideal reader approach for sure. I think it's nice. I have not yet been able to say like, here's a very clear way to apply that practically to get this desired result. But I have, we got a little warning over here. What's happening here? Hello. Am I still live? I haven't been able to go through and say like, Stephen King's ideal reader, here's practically how you apply it. But the idea of putting together a little profile in Scrivener could be pretty cool. Let's see what YouTube Studio's telling me. I am still live. Cool. All right. So yeah, I'd love to hear more about that, JP. What are some other things I'm thinking of as I'm writing in regards to editing? Right now, I'm just making any sort of notes in my chapters if there are specific things I want to remember to go back and emphasize. But otherwise, I'm not really worrying about prose. I'm not really worrying about grammar. I'm not really worrying about all that kind of stuff. I'm just trying to kind of paint with broad strokes about what my picture is going to be, what my story is going to be. Dude, that's the freaking idea of the proto draft. Let's go. JP says name, age, gender, occupation, background, interest, personality, reading preferences, what they're looking for in a book, and why this book appeals to them. Very interesting. I think that last point's maybe the biggest point in my mind. The idea of like the kind of reader that's going to really like this book. What other kinds of like qualities are they looking for in a book? Right? If someone's reading like a cozy fantasy book, and I'm trying to figure out an ideal reader, they're reading cozy fantasy to escape those big high stakes of epic fantasy, right? They're reading for like the found family kind of thing. JP says, I stole that idea from my marketing class. Yeah, marketing classes. They really haunt us. I got that idea of doing personas from my user experience, user design classes. Katie, hello. Hello, welcome. Welcome. Glad to see you here. Before we get too far, let's get back here in our nice big screen. Hello. Before we get too far, the stream is partnered with ProWritingAid. You've heard me say it time and time again. ProWritingAid is the tool I use for editing. It integrates with Scrivener super easily and a dozen different other kinds of writing programs, whether they're standalone and you use the Everywhere extension, whether you're writing something in regards to like a cloud or browser-based text editor like Campfire or Novelpad. ProWritingAid always has a way to integrate with how you write, and that's what makes it so awesome. And for those who don't know, whenever you want to use ProWritingAid, it's not just clicking in here and seeing typos and grammar mistakes, but it's going over here and saying, you know what? Maybe it's time to edit. Maybe it's time to touch up some things on my story. Maybe I'll run this summary report, which is going to look at a whole bunch of different aspects for my writing and go through here and say, hey, you're killing it. You're doing a great job. Your sentence variety could be a little bit better, or you know, what would be another good one? Readability. Your readability is getting a little high for your genre. And you can actually tell it what kind of genres you're writing, what kind of authors you're trying to sort of emulate through your writing. And it gives you different metrics based on those goals that you're trying to hit. This is incredibly useful when it comes to the editing stage. Going through here and just like, let's switch over to another chapter here. See if we can get it going over here. Whenever I'm using ProWritingAid to edit, life gets a lot easier. And honestly, editing is one of my least favorite things to do. So anything that can make it a little bit better, I'm interested in it. So I use ProWritingAid. If you are interested in checking it out, they got a killer Black Friday sale going on right now, 50% off. It only comes around once, twice a year, a sale like that. So if you want to give it a try, this is probably the lowest stakes that I'll get. You can try their free demo. Or you can go ahead and lock in that 50% off price and see how it fits your writing style. Check it out. Link below in the description. There's my code in there too. I don't believe the discounts stack. That would be kind of crazy. Oh man. Oh man. I have had kind of a stressful day. Sometimes when that kind of stuff happens, I don't feel the motivation to write. But you want to know something kind of crazy? Something kind of crazy to me is when I sit down to write, whether I'm motivated or not, I kind of get the same amount of progress, the same amount of words down per hour. It's the sitting down in the chair in front of the computer that gets harder to do. So if you're in this live stream and you're ready to sit down and write, you've already done the hard part. So then why don't we do some writing? How's that sound? That sounds good to me. So we're going to do the same thing we always do. We're going to go 20 minutes. This is the Pomodoro style of time management we use for writing. It's super useful. 20 minutes sounds like you're going to be writing for a long time, but once you get your head down, you're going to blink a couple times. You're going to maybe yawn and stretch, and then all of a sudden 20 minutes is gone. Word is bond. Bond is word. Sheesh. That's some poetry. Works both ways. So microphone's going off, lo-fi's going on up, and we're gonna do some writing. Good luck, everyone. I'll see you on the other side. Let's do it. writing sprint is up. It's that easy. It is that easy. Look, 20 minutes for me, that was, I'm at 29,459. That's pretty good, 29,459. How'd everyone do? What kind of progress did you make? Justin posted getting the notification for the stream now. I think I'm writing out for the night. I got 4,700 words throughout the day. That's crazy, Justin. Atario, 611 words. Let's go. Love it. That's a lot of progress. That's good. And Atario, you've been writing like, it feels like all day already. I saw you with some of the other Discord people in the voice chat. How many words you got down today? I feel like you've been in there for hours. How'd everyone else do? Where are we at? Phantom, 197 words. Walter, 250 or so. Not bad, not bad. That's progress, baby. That's progress. Let's see, we are at, I got 695 in that little sprint, but I'm already itching to get back writing. But you know what? That's the Pomodoro writing, time management technique. Even though you really want to just keep going, just take a little breather. Just a little breather. Keep things fresh. Keep that energy up. Allow yourself to have those little distractions, When I ended writing last week, I was right in the middle of sort of the first big conversation of the first big clues that we're getting in the story. And I left right in the middle of that. Some people say that it's the right idea that when you step away from your story, don't end at the end of a chapter, but instead end right in the middle of something where it's very easy to pick it up and keep going with it. I don't know how I feel about that personally. I don't know if that's the secret sauce. I think I would rather end at the end of a chapter and just pick it up on the next one, but to each their own. Justin says, I started writing at 5 a.m. Besides a 3-hour break at lunchtime, it was on and off all throughout the day. See, that's how I typically, in my typical writing schedule, I'll do first off, that's a lot of writing. Good job. Your brain must be mush at the end of all that. My typical writing schedule is not 2 hours a night like this. It is focus on other responsibilities Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday, kind of dedicate yourself to writing. And and for me, this is what I'm trying to do full time. So Thursday and Friday, as long as I've done all my video kind of stuff, is truly dedicating myself to writing all day, or at least 4 hours for sure. Tario says, I don't think that much. We did a lot of outlining and talked about writing, name choosing, for a few hours indeed. Oh, names. Names are tough. Names are tough. 5 hours in the call, jeez. But you know what? There's something kind of cool about surrounding yourself with writing like this. Let me put it this way. Before I was doing this kind of channel, I still thought a lot about writing, and I still would find time to write during the week and want to tell stories and everything. But one of the reasons I started the YouTube channel was dude, what could I accomplish if I took that step of just surrounding myself with all things writing? And if you're in the Discord and you're choosing to really participate in the Discord, it is really kind of motivating to have other people around you who are also talking about stories and wanting to get your opinion on things like character names, or how do you go about planning a story, or how do you do X, Y, and Z. And just having it all around you means that you're kind of always thinking about it, at least in my opinion. And another big thing that really got me like way more motivated into writing, and your mileage may vary, reading some books on the craft of writing. I mean, you've seen some of my videos about it. Clearly, I think that's like a good thing to do. But like, once I started picking up writing books and being like, I'm going to like intentionally read through all this and like take notes, like I was in like some college course. Like just the fact going through one of these writing books, I have a ton of them on my bookshelf back here. Like cracking open like Anne Lamott's Bird by Bird. I read a couple pages of that and I'm like, this person freaking loves writing. And that's like contagious. That was another big thing that really gave me a lot of motivation to write. Maybe if you find yourself lacking some motivation, that could be your shortcut too. And then of course, join the Discord. Of course. Does anyone have any questions, any roadblocks, any things about their stories that you want to discuss before we jump into our next sprint and just keep writing? Let me know. Otherwise, we're going to keep going. All right. I think we're doing it. I'll keep an eye on the chat if we get anything in there, but I say let's just keep writing. Another 20 minutes on the clock. Lo-fi music up. Let's go. Microphone off. We'll see you guys in 20 minutes. right, sprint number 2 is down. I got caught up in my own story. I don't even know how long the timer went out. Sometimes it be like that. Sometimes it be. They don't think it be like that, but it do. 1261. It's a productive day, I'm telling you. So I'm at 30,025. Feels good. Feels good. How'd everyone do? We're making any good progress? $130 more words while world building on the fly. Almost called it wall building on the floor. 660 new words, Ethereal. What a pace. What a pace. I love seeing how the number has increased over the weeks. Are you talking about your word count or your word count per sprint? Or my fancy 30,000? Just Guy says, I'm just playing the stream in the background. I can't really right now, but I wanted to show up. And Just Guy, I appreciate that. Don't feel an obligation, but always glad to have you. Phantom with 229 words. Dario says, yeah, the word count per sprint. I feel like in maybe the past couple sprints, you were sort of bouncing around like maybe the 400 mark for the past couple sprints, but today you're cranking out almost 700 words every 20 minutes, which means if you were to keep going at that pace, you're talking 2,000 something words an hour. That's crazy. Nicoletta, not much written in this session. I was making a cup of coffee and grabbing a snack. 3 a.m. over there, Nicoletta. Where are you at? Where are you at? I guess does I have to say it twice because I committed. I committed to keep talking. That's the live streamer's biggest weakness. Coffee and a snack at 3 a.m. Couldn't be me. Athens, Greece. Oh, that's so cool. I was in Greece last year. I went to Athens. I went to... what were the other islands I visited? Hold on. But also, super cool. So glad you could join us. Greece was a lot of fun. Very different than Wisconsin, United States, where I'm at. Pulling an all-nighter. Nice. Are you just pulling an all-nighter just to do some writing, or do you have other stuff that you also have to do? Is it an all-nighter for school or work and then some writing on the side? When I went to Greece, I went to Santorini. We went to, I think, Naxos. Maybe Naxos. Where else would we have gone? Trying to see which places look familiar. I don't think it was. Maybe Andros. I could be just naming off for the wrong places. Writing my master's thesis on a very tight deadline. Oh, man. Good luck. Best of luck in the master's thesis. That's awesome, though. My most personal sympathy. Yeah, best of luck. That sounds stressful. But also, I hope you're getting a lot of good work done. Sometimes I've found my most creative moments are in those early night hours where I'm like half delirious, but also hyped up on caffeine, but also tired. It's the mix of chemicals in the body that puts you just close enough to like hallucination that you can get a lot of great creative writing done. Pro tip. Just kidding. Don't make that a pro tip. What's the opposite of a pro tip? It can't be a con tip. That's lame. We'll workshop it. We'll workshop it. Good progress. Zombie style hallucinations. Let's go. That's the secret sauce. Unprofessional tip. I feel like there's still a better name, you know. Pro tip, and then something that's equally as catchy, like faux tip. Ooh, faux tip. Cleaned up broken glass for the last 30 minutes because of oopsie. I got a broken glass story for you. First off, I hope you're okay and be careful of any glass shards. I was always taught, or I found online, that like getting a wet paper towel, wet washcloth, scrubbing that all over the place where the glass was shattered. The best way to get those teeny tiny shards of glass up. Glass splinters, is that a thing? When I still lived in Atlanta, we have our golden retriever Moose. And I'll tell you, there's one thing about this dog that he loves more than anything. It's moths. It's whatever at night might be on the other side of the window, drawn towards all of the lights inside the house. This little guy sees a moth on the other side of the window. And we had friends over that day, so I'm talking to my friend Bobby. And I'm like, oh, this dog's crazy about moths. He just like lunges at the window and tries to eat them. But of course, there's glass in the way. And one day this is going to be bad. And sure, I mean, I must have manifested it, because at that instant, Moose went for the moth with just a little more gusto than he had in those earlier days, and punched the pane of glass. It was like a multi-pane window, so it's got like nine panes. Punched that glass, shattered it. He was okay, but the glass all fell outside. Some fell inside, but most fell outside, which went down to like the basement door, the door to get into the basement. And so it was like 11 something p.m. And so now it's like 11 p.m. and I'm cleaning up glass and taping like a cereal box that we cut out to fill the pane of window, so that we're not just having an open window where things are coming in all night. Dude. Oh, I swear. It's like the dogs try to make your life more interesting in a lot of the wrong ways. But we love them. All over the counter and floor, glass shredders, crystal splinters. Shredders? Glass sprint. Oh my god, I can't even. My brain hurts reading that message. Glass shredders, crystal splinters. Glass splinters hurt. Had one on my foot a few years ago. Phantom. Same. Dumped my breakfast all over myself on accident. Club oopsie unite. They had a splash of excitement to your life. On my past birthday, we're doing like we're making sushi at the cabin for a big birthday dinner. I'm down on my computer doing something. My wife is upstairs with her mother, and they're doing all this sushi stuff. They've been working for hours. I'm over here typing on my computer, and I hear a Carson, and I'm like, uh-oh, that can't be good. So I come out of this room, and my wife has Moose, and he's got porcupine splinters all on his nose. And here's something crazy. Porcupines, kind of a Northern American kind of animal. I'm sure they exist other places, but some people in here who are watching from not the US might not even know what a porcupine looks like. Let me show you what my dog Moose ran into. This is a porcupine. Look at this little guy. And all those spikes of course, perfectly designed by some higher being so that when a dog gets in there a little too close, he comes out with like 20 quills all on his little nose. Yeah. Yep. So then we were out till like 1 a.m. We had to drive an hour away to a little animal hospital so they could take him all out of his nose. And then drive an hour back. Didn't get the sushi. Happy 30th birthday. Poor baby moose. Yeah, it was pretty bad. I mean, here's the thing. In the grand scheme of things, it was not bad. In the grand scheme of things, it was not bad. Even in the moment, you know, it wasn't like an injury where you're like, oh, is he gonna be okay? It's more of just like, I'm sorry you have to go through this, buddy. But this is a lesson to learn. There are some things you don't need to sniff the butt of. He probably wanted to take a bite. I don't know. He is a little bit of a hunter. Also, fun fact, these guys will climb our wood cabin, climb up there, and then just start eating the cabin. They eat like soft wood and bark. Turns out my whole freaking house is made up of soft wood and bark. My mortal enemy. My mortal enemy. Not only is he trying to eat my house, he's trying to spike my dog. And so, you know, I looked up how do you get rid of a porcupine? And you know what the answer was? The answer, I swear. Here, I'll bring you into the big chat. I'll tell you, the answer was, I swear, I read this online. They were like, online, if you need to capture a porcupine, just walk up to it and put a trash can on it. Brother, how am I going to find, one, just go find the porcupine, two, have a spare trash can at porcupine size or bigger, I'm assuming, has to be bigger than the porcupine, and then just, ka-dunk. And look, I personally don't really even want to get that close to the porcupine. Even though, so here's the deal, the porcupine they don't lunge at you. And there is an urban legend, I'm trying to think what the right term would be, a folk legend that they can like shoot quills out of their tail. They can like flex their tail and throw quills at you. That's not true. They cannot do that. What they do is if they're scared, they get their spikes on there. Someone clip this and animate this for me. They get spikes on their back. And then when they're scared, they just go, ooh, and get away. You don't want any of this. Whoa. That's what the porcupine does. It's more of like, it's not like, don't eat me, I'll mess you up. It's like, don't eat me, I'll mess you up. There you go. Clip that. Don't clip that. That's not worth clipping. There's been better things to clip. Atari says, what do you do after you catch it? Leave it in the trash can? I imagine you, I don't know, do you drive the trash can to someone else's house and make it their problem? A little drive-by porcupine dumping? You don't even have to stop the car. You know what? Keep the trash can for your trouble. Good luck with the porcupine. You can have it all. I don't know. I don't know what you're supposed to do with it. But I knew at like 3 a.m. we hear this weird noise. It's in the winter last year. And our dogs are like, yo, there's a crazy noise happening outside. We're going to bark. So I wake up, I stumble out. I'm in like boots and a bathrobe with snow up to my shins, stomping around over there. I'm looking with a flashlight, trying to find this noise. And I'm at the corner of my cabin. And then I look up, and he's up there, and he's like, I'm like, yo, dude, get down from there. And he's like, you want to see my back? And then I had to figure out, I had to get a broom and just smack him a bunch. And all I'm thinking is, this dude's gonna fall on me. That would be the cosmic karma that's gonna happen. Just like, I'm smacking a porcupine, and then he falls to me. Could you imagine those final moments? You know, it's like a freeze frame in a TV show. It comes down, and you're like, yep, that's me. You know what I'm saying? Freaking porcupines. Carson, wait, what? That's a Photoshop image, not a clip and soundbite. The cover of someone's new book, Carson on Carson. No one wants that. No one wants that. Tip, buy armor. Tip, buy porcupine armor. Fight fire with fire. Also, what in the world? That's not a porcupine. Someone, hey. What the heck is this thing? This is not even a real animal. That's not a porcupine. What the heck is that? This dude looks like a Where the Wild Things Are child art. This is fan art from a 4-year-old of a polar bear Bugs Bunny. Why does this girl feel so confident? Look, he's probably stuffed. I still wouldn't even go near him. Why does he look like he's why does he look like my sleep paralysis demon? Why is this energy that this thing's giving off is hypnotizing in all the wrong ways? He's like hey, got any milk? I fell in a pool of milk. Why does he look like hold on, there's a good joke here. Why does he look like an anemic Bugs Bunny? A skunkupine. Helljumper, hello, by the way. I did see you in chat, by the way. And Day Swaller, hello. Just imagining a porcupine with wings? Nope, that's okay. Why does this dude look like the never-ending story on crack cocaine? Can I say that on YouTube Live? Check. Jeez. I misspelled. And then you got this dapper fellow. Then you have this guy who's like, don't mind me. They call me James Dean. He looks like he looks like John Travolta from Grease, but also with frosted tips. And then you have his cousin. His cousin who hasn't slept in 4 days. Who James Dean's mom over here was like, take your cousin out. Take your cousin out. He needs to go out. Show him to your friends. Take him out so he has a good time. And then this dude's got to roll around with James Dean over there and be like, hey guys. There's lore here somewhere. All right, that's all I got for porcupines. That's all my bits. Does look traumatized. Looks like he saw that albino porcupine as his sleep paralysis demon and has been too scared to go with sleep since. This guy says, you should try frosted tips. And to that I say, you've never seen a redhead with frosted tips. And Mike Shinoda from Linkin Park in 1999 doesn't count. Yeah, redheads with frosted tips, natural redheads with frosted tips. Not a thing. Not a thing. Mike Shinoda, hybrid theory. Where's show me the red? Oh my god. Yes. Dude, look at that. What a statement. What a statement. Could you imagine? This is what happens after you get in a food fight at the Kool-Aid factory. Where's that other red? Oh my gosh. Hold on. Yeah, give me the angsty Ronald McDonald. Hold on, I feel like I got one more good one cooking up here. Hold on. I need some good ammo. Bro is the Kool-Aid man. Hold on. I got one more. It's cooking. Let him cook. Let him cook. %10 luck. 20% skill. 15% concentrated fruit punch Kool-Aid. 5% pleasure. 50% pain. And 100% reason to never do this again. Are we ready to sprint again? I think it's time. Shout out Mike Shinoda. Love me some Mike Shinoda. I won't bore. This is like the productivity live stream. I will not bore you with my review of From Zero from Linkin Park with their newest album. But if you go into new releases in the music section of the Discord, there's like a 7,000 word write-up that I did. And no one asked for it, but it's in there. A song-by-song review of From Zero. Song by song. Also, with Poppy's new album, Negative Spaces. Banger of an album if you love the Bad Omens and the Architects of the world. Okay, here we go. 20 minutes on the clock. Lo-fi music. Wait for it. Up. Oh, heck yeah. Microphone's going off. Do some writing. I'll see you on the other side. is done. Ta-da! I feel like I'm on a roll though. I have like a scene I'm just about to tie up. Oh. I'll do it in a bit. Where'd everyone get to? At 18:15, so that's a total of 35.79. How'd everyone do? How'd everyone do? Whoa, a Terrial, 713 words. That is bonkers. That's got to be a new record, at least in the, for you in the chat here. That is crazy. I bet, if I had to guess, Atario, you are in the midst of just, like, a fun part of your scene. Because the words seem to just flow out once you find, you know, a scene where you can just let your characters just, like, shine. You know what I mean? Phantom says 600 words. Good job, Phantom. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, whenever I'm writing a scene that mostly has my characters just like, you know, like in the midst of dialogue, just kind of like I'm getting information about the plot out or the setting or something, but I'm letting them just like really shine. That's when I get my quickest writing down. When I'm just there with the characters, letting them have this conversation. Tari says, I also had enough time in the 5 hours earlier to make up my mind and plan a lot. You know what? Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. Good job, everyone. Good job. Our other dog, our Australian Shepherd, is pressed against the door over here. And I can see she's pressed so hard against the door wanting to be in here while I'm doing this live stream. I can see a little tuft of her hair poking underneath the door. Either a foot or a tail. Lantern Valley says, my outline is at 14,000 words. Lantern Valley, when are you going to start writing if that's just your outline? Wait, Lantern Valley, 1,400 words or 14,000 words? Big difference. Everyone's asking for dog reveal. Maybe you might encounter a dog reveal on the last stream for Novella November. Maybe I have something planned. Maybe. Why are the Minecraft villager sound effects so satisfying? 14,000 words for an outline. You are ready to write. You're ready to write. Go for it. Start putting words down. Didn't we see some dogs in some videos of yours? Yeah, I feature the dogs pretty often in the videos. I know the Proto Draft has the dogs. There's a great intro for the Kill Your Darlings video. You know what? You know who's got the... I can't be copyrighted on content I put on this channel when it's my own dang content. I thought it'd be fun one day to do a... Walter, take care. Goodbye. I thought it'd be fun one day to do a live stream where we looked at some of my videos and talked about all kinds of different behind the scenes stuff. Let me show you this Kill Your Darlings video. Has a great dog moment in it. Day Swallower says 338 words this session. Let's go. See, I wonder where Kill Your Darlings was. That was early. Kill Your Darlings. The most brutal writing advice is what it's called. This intro. Look at young Carson. This intro was a banger. This was like my first video with this new camera I was doing. Let's go! Let's go! You know, it snowed today. We're about to get a bunch more of writing theory video intros. So stupid. Writing theory video intros out in the snow again. Those are our kitchen scissors. Whip pan, you never saw it coming. Wow. My wife was out of town for me shooting this video. So, this is the kind of stuff that happens. Justin says, I don't like what I just wrote. Seems a little purple. Well, I think sometimes that can happen. But remember, this is just your first draft, you know? You'll fix all that kind of stuff in editing. Make a mental note, keep on going. Wow, what a banger. You want to know something sad? The greatest intro I ever did to a writing theory video. Greatest intro I ever did to a writing theory video was a video on Game of Thrones. And I put in a lot of work on this. The video, I like did a lot of research. I like retyped the entire prologue of Game of Thrones. And you know what happened? You want to know something terrible? I thought this was going to be the next big video for my channel. I messed up in configuring everything. So instead of this video going out at 4 p.m. my time, it went out at 12 a.m. And so normally a video would have gotten like, I think at this point, maybe gotten like, maybe like 600 views in the first day, which, you know, things have changed since then. But this one got like 100. And I feel like it was such a wasted opportunity. Look at how cool the snow was. I had this big epic soundtrack. Ignore the smudge on the lens. We don't talk about that one. Look at this snow. Oh my God, it was beautiful. There was just been a big snowstorm. There's wind coming through, knocking all the snow from these branches. I did a whole monologue, which is probably, it took too long to be justified. And then I had this whole fun director, actor sort of thing. And you know what? No one saw this video. Great video. No one saw it, and no one will ever see it, because why would they go back and choose the Game of Thrones video? You know, they don't think it be like that, but it do. But it do. But it do. All right. That's all I got for you guys today. Tuesday, tomorrow, I will be on this time slot again. So, if you're looking to do some writing, why don't you join me? I'd love to see you there. This video or this live stream was partnered with Pro Writing Aid. Of course, remember 50% off. Give it a shot. Justin says you do create playlists, right? They're good for optimizing video channel support. I do. I don't get too crazy with it. I do things like I have like a channel videos playlist that just has every single video, and then I have like little different series that I kind of go back in on. Just Guy says it's been fun. Wish I could have joined in on the writing. Hey, what about tomorrow? What about Wednesday? It's not too late. Well, I mean, it's too late for today, but tomorrow's not too late for tomorrow. And that's important. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. As always, it's a pleasure. And we're in the last week. The last week of Novella November. If you felt like you've made a lot of progress in your stories, go out strong. Even if you can't make the live stream. See if you can write every day this week. Maybe only a couple hundred words. Maybe. You really focus. Put your nose to the grindstone, do something big. It's already tomorrow somewhere. It's already 5 o'clock elsewhere. And tomorrow is just today, yesterday's history. Tomorrow is a mystery. And today, my friends, today is a present. That's why they call it a gift. Wait. And I do have a playlist for the live streams. And I think I'd like to put together a video of all the fun moments that we had this month. That'll be a harder one to whip together. But I believe, and I think it'll be a great video, and we will all reminisce on how much fun that we had. And then we'll all be like, I can't wait till next November, next Novella November. And we're going to have an even better time then. I'm going to figure out even more live stream stuff. We're going to write even more stories. And if you didn't see it, I put in the Discord December 13th, which is a Friday, a little bit earlier than this time slot here. A little bit earlier than this time slot. We are doing a full Starlight Farms Kennel for Talking Dogs breakdown. I'm going to open up my Scrivener file for this. I'm going to show you the difference between the first draft and the final draft. We're going to talk about all the things that went right and all the things that went wrong. And because of that, I'm putting the ebook on sale. Starting on Wednesday, you can pick it up for $1 if you'd like to read it before we do that live stream December 13th. If you don't care about spoilers, you should tune in anyways, because there's going to be some really good information there. And then we'll do a big Q&A about all kinds of different things about publishing and writing and Amazon ads and Amazon marketing and you know the whole deal. Justin says, is it on sale everywhere or just in the US? It should be on sale everywhere, but I should probably check that and double check. See that and double check. I think the Amazon sale thing, I'll have to see what options it has. It gets a little confusing when you start working with all the different Amazon domains, but yeah, you should check it out. If you want the physical copy, it feels so good in the hand. A nice little book to have. But if this is out of your price range, because it is like $12, $13, pick up the ebook. You can peruse through it. You could read it. It's like a weekend read before we do that big live stream. And then it's going to be a lot of fun. I have a lot of secrets in that Scrivener file I'll be able to open up. And one more cherry on top. If you use Scrivener, and maybe don't know all the different kind of cool features that you can get. I don't even know all the cool different features that you can get. I'll show you some of the best features that I've found using Scrivener. And maybe you'll learn something new. All right, that's all I got. That's all I got. Peace. Have a good rest of the night. Let's go. Let's go. We're going to have a great night. We're going to think about our writing, but we're going to do more writing tomorrow. Let's go. See ya, everyone.